samplers and needlework or coloured reproductions of the paintings by Marcus Stone. Oh dear, how foolish she was! What did she expect? She disrobed and donned a dressing gown. Then, armed with a sponge bag and towel, she crept timidly down the passage to the bathroom, after closing her bedroom door and turning out the light. The gay bathroom cheered her. She wallowed luxuriously in the hot water, regarding her slim legs with quiet satisfaction. And for the first time since leaving home, there came to her a pleasant moment, a sense of enjoyment in her adventure. After all, it was rather an adventure, and her life had been peculiarly devoid of it. What queer lives some people must live, travelling about, having experiences. How old was she? Not really old, not by any means. 42, 43. She had shut herself up so. She hardly ever regarded the potentialities of age. As the world went, she was a well-preserved woman for her age. A life of simple abnegation, simple living, healthy walking and fresh air had kept her younger than these hurrying, pampered city people. Love, yes, once when she was a young girl. He was a schoolmaster, a most estimable, kind gentleman. They were never engaged, not actually, but it was a kind of understood thing. For 3 years it went on, this pleasant understanding and friendship. He was so gentle, so distinguished and considerate. She would have been happy to have continued in this strain forever. But there was something lacking. Stephen had curious, restless lapses. From the physical aspect of marriage she shrunk, yes, even with Stephen, who was gentleness and kindness itself. And then one day he went away, vanished and never returned. They told her he had married one of the country girls, a girl who used to work in Mrs. Forbes' dairy. Not a very nice girl, she feared. One of those fast, pretty, foolish women. Hey-ho. Well, she had lived that down, destructive as the blow appeared at the time. One lives everything down in time. There is always work, living for others, faith, duty. At the same time, she could sympathize with people who found satisfaction in unusual experiences. There would be lots to tell the dear Dean when she wrote to him on the morrow. Nearly losing her spectacles on the restaurant car. The amusing remarks of an American child on the train to Paris. The curious food everywhere. Nothing simple and plain. The 2 English ladies at the hotel in Paris, who told her about the death of their uncle, the poor man being taken ill on Friday and dying on Sunday afternoon just before tea time. The kindness of the hotel proprietor who had sat up for her. The prettiness of the chambermaid. Oh yes, everyone was really very kind. The French people, after all, were very nice. She had seen nothing but was quite nice and decorous. There would be lots to tell the Dean tomorrow. Her body glowed with the friction of the towel. She again donned her night attire and her thick woolen dressing gown. She tidied up the bathroom carefully in exactly the same way she was accustomed to do at home. Then once more gripping her sponge bag and towel and turning out the light, she crept down the passage to her room. Entering the room, she switched on the light and shut the door quickly. Then one of those ridiculous things happened, just the kind of thing you would expect to happen in a foreign hotel. The handle of the door came off in her hand. She ejaculated a quiet, "Bother!" and sought to replace it with one hand, the other being occupied with the towel and sponge bag. In doing this she behaved foolishly, for thrusting the knob carelessly against the steel pin without properly securing it, she only succeeded in pushing the pin farther into the door, and the knob was not adjusted. She uttered another little "Bother!" and put her sponge bag and towel down on the floor. She then tried to recover the pin with her left hand, but it had gone in too far. How very foolish, she thought. I shall have to ring for the chambermaid, and perhaps the poor girl has gone to bed. She turned and faced the room, and suddenly the awful horror was upon her. There was a man asleep.